and say welcome. I think I'm pressing the record button. Oh no, I have. Welcome to the latest supporters update. Now it's catching up with me. Welcome to the supporters update. This is a Christmas challenge special, which the Christmas challenge closes tomorrow. In the call, there's myself, Debs McCahon, Woodcraft Folk CEO, and tonight I'm joined by Aggie, our chair. Do you want to say hello, Aggie? Well, it was a wave rather than a hello. It doesn't work on the recording if you just wave.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. I'm Aggie, the Chair of General Council. My pronouns are she, her. Excited to be with you.
Thank you, Aggie. And we're also joined by Cece, our fundraiser, who joined us in April. Cece, would you like to say hello?
Hello. Yeah, I'm Cece. I use he, him pronouns. Yeah, I've been here for 7 months-ish, I think. But was in Woodcraft as a child as well. So back to my roots.
Thank you. And tonight we're going to take it in turns to tell you a little bit about the Christmas challenge and also some of our camps that are planned for 2023. So I should have said what we're covering. So the Christmas challenge, Cece will tell you all about that and how it works. Cece will also give us an update on how much we've raised to date. The campaign went live last Tuesday and only runs for 7 days. I'll give us an update of the adventures we've got planned for 2023, and we'll end with how you can support the campaign and how you can make a donation if you so wish. As I said in the introduction, you're welcome to ask questions at any time, so you can simply unmute yourself and ask or type in the chat, and then we'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible. But I'm going to hand over to Cece.
Yes, here we are. So yes, the Christmas challenge is what we're fundraising through. We're fundraising for residential adventures throughout 2023, which is supporting the camps we're putting on throughout the year, the residentials we're putting on throughout the year, and also supporting people, mainly supporting people to be able to attend them, and supporting volunteers to be able to run their own residentials, so we can increase the number of woodcraft groups that are able to attend and run their own residentials as well. We want to raise £20,000, which is a big number. We want to be ambitious. We want to get as much as we can. Realistically, you know, if we don't get that number, it doesn't mean that all bets are off. We get as much donated as is donated, and we can use that wherever we can. So as much as we get, if we get more, we will use more, because there's always more people who want to go on more residentials and more camps. So our main goal with Residential Adventures and the Christmas Challenge is to make it so that everybody who wants to attend in a camp has more of a chance to do so. A lot of the barriers to people attending camps, they're kind of quite varied. Some of them are monetary, so that's things like access funds, where we want to we had an example of this for Common Ground in the summer, where people were able to apply if they wouldn't be able to attend Common Ground otherwise, and they were able to attend through our access fund, and it was a massive success, and people were so happy to be able to go to that, and we really want to continue that. Then, as I mentioned, there's things like some groups and some areas not having as much experience with camping, especially over the last couple of years, when that's kind of completely gone out of people's ability to do. And so there's kind of sometimes a gap in the experience needed to bring a Woodcraft Folk group on a camp. And of course, new Woodcraft Folk groups, and we want to encourage more of those. So we want to provide more volunteer residential training and make sure that's accessible to all. And also there's Camps for All that we want to fund, which means that those who are in areas without a local woodcraft group to attend can still attend a Woodcraft Folk camp, because these are open to everybody and you can come along no matter your district or lack of a district. So these are all the ways we're trying to support more people, as many people as we can, to attend our residential adventures in 2023. Can I have next slide? Maybe? Yeah. So the Christmas Challenge is run by Big Give, who are, as the slide proclaims, UK's #1 match funding platform. They run match funds across the year, a Christmas challenge is the largest one of those. They match up community charity causes who are raising money for their funds with big funders that want to support those charities. Because of this, it means that their match funding encourages our supporters to donate more, because they know that as many donations as we get, these funders will double it. Of course, that brings in more money for us. They doubled the funding, but it also does really encourage people to donate. There's kind of lots of stats about how much more people are happy to donate when they know that everything they donate is going to be doubled. Big Give, that's the whole thing. I mean, it's in the name. They really want to inspire more people to give. They want to give charities more options to do so themselves without having to, you know, make their own match funding platform, get their own match funders involved. So it's really, really convenient. They do things like they're even handling our gift aid claims for us, which is very nice of them. Oh, that's a new person coming in. So yes, the Christmas challenge is that one that's running this week it was from last Tuesday, the 29th, until tomorrow. So yeah, if we go next. So we are being funded by the 4 Acre Trust. So we submitted our application and the funders kind of looked through everyone who was applying, and 4 Acre Trust decided to support our cause, which makes sense. They are focused on helping people make the most of their lives, giving people the opportunity to truly experience what life has to offer, and kind of, I think they said on their website, they focus on prevention rather than problem solving. And I think I see Woodcraft Folk as that kind of prevention, and so much of what we do is helping children and young people work for a better future for themselves and for the world. They also, as it says here, particularly like supporting residential breaks. So this was a perfect one for their funding to give for us. So it's really great to have their support. And yeah, so we, as part of this, have to kind of secure some pledges to show that we have got the support available. This forms part of the match funding pot. It's complicated. I'm not going to go into it. It makes my head hurt. But basically, we have these pledges of support so that the funders know that we will be successful in getting our donations in. We, this time, went to our friends in the trade unions for their support. So this is a way of encouraging trade unions to affiliate with us and pledge their support to us as a charity and as an organisation that is along very similar lines to all of these trade unions, and also allows them to have their donation doubled as well. So yeah, we reached out to and were supported by this time the CWU, the FBU and the NEU, which is fantastic. And we've also are working with Free to Be Kids, who we are just about to enter. Oh, I'm not sure if maybe there are secrets being told. So we work with Free to Be Kids at Cudham, and they do great work in London with getting kids out into residential experiences and having a fun time. So they've also supported us for our pledge. I also wanted to say something, thank you to Bright Helmstone District, who've been amazing and done some amazing work with us, in that they've encouraged their group members who are coming on various residentials at Cudham over the next couple of months to donate their camp donation fees to the Big Gives platform. And that means that the parents don't have to pay any more for their camp. You know, all the money comes back to Woodcraft Folk, and we can kind of make sure it all goes to Cudham behind the scenes. But actually that money gets match funded by our donors. So parents aren't paying any more, and they're paying for their child to go to camp. And because of that, they're paying for a whole nother child to go to camp because of the doubling. And it's worked really well. It's the first time we've done this, and it seems to have been a massive success. So it's really great to have that support. So numbers, big numbers. I'm very excited about them. I won't go through in detail. They're on the slide for you to look at. But yeah, we got about 5,000 in pledges before we even started so far. As of just now, I checked about 5 minutes before we went live, we had £6,996 from donations, obviously the same in match funds. And and 1,400 in gift aid, which is amazing. So it brings us to a total of just over 15,000, which is fantastic. Such a great number. There's so much we can do with that, and that's so exciting. There's so many more people who are going to get to go on residentials because of that, and that makes me very happy. I really do want to push in these last 12, I don't know, 16 hours, however many hours it is, to try and get that as far as we can. Our goal is 20,000, as I said. So yeah, donations close tomorrow at midday. I also got together some nerdy stats because I like spreadsheets. We raised 6,400 of that in the first 24 hours, which is very cool. Actually, some of this is a bit out of date. I checked earlier. This was something I did this morning at 10 o'clock. And since then, we've had about 20 more donations from different people. So over 100 donors, which is so exciting. That means the world to me that so many people think that this is a worthy cause, and so many people kind of gave their all to put into this. Because, you know, as I said here, you know, the people are donating £5, which is amazing, and up to £350, which is staggering. And all of that together has led to a really great result. And we couldn't have done it without those people who donated £5 and that was all they could give. That's really an amazing achievement for them. 73% gift aided, which I think sounds about right. It's very nice people that they're able to do that for us. And then we've also been doing a lot on social media, as of course we always have. We've been trying out advertising for the first time. We haven't done that before. According to Lauren, who knows things about social media, our adverts have done very well. They are well above what you'd like to get for your buck, as it were. So that's very nice to see. And we have had quite a few of those donors are new to Woodcraft Folk. So it seems like our adverts have worked, and hopefully the people have found out about a cause they'd like to support. Yeah. Moving on to, is this Aggie I'm passing on to?
Yes, thank you so much, Cece, for sharing all of the numbers. Very exciting. I am going to share with you a little bit more about what we do basically with this money by sharing some past successes. At Woodcraft Folk, it's all about camping, as you know. We shared in our last supporters update some highlights from Common Ground, but I'd like to remind you some of our big successes. We hosted 2,700 campers from 22 different countries with 900 international guests or friends, as I like to think of it. And it was so nice to be camping together again. I saw lots of you there. And it was just, yeah, it was exciting to be in the same space and to have something that we waited for so long to come out and happen. It was really wonderful. We had, as it says, over 150 workshops delivered, 2,600 clan duties completed, and 2.32 million baked beans. I'm not sure who counted those, but I'm glad that's not my job. But yeah, it was fantastic. Really, really amazing to see all of you. And we're hoping with this money, we'll be able to give this kind of experience to more young people. We also have exciting things happening in lots of our centres. Together, they've hosted 26,619 bed nights so far this year, which is a lot of sleeps. And last month, we are really excited that many of our centres have held volunteer working parties to improve insulation and make progress on decarbonisation, which is one of our steers from young people, that they want to be climate friendly and making moves towards being, I think it's net zero and decarbonisation. And it's really exciting that we are able to implement lots of this and involve lots of our volunteers as well. So I don't know if any of you attended any of those, but I heard they were really fun and useful and successful. I think I'm passing on to Debs.
You are. Thank you very much. This photo on the slide in front of me is from the Highgate working party, where they did some roof repairs, but also some insulation in their roof. They decided they were going to have a Christmas festival while they were at it, so Christmas tree came out and everything. As Aggie said, decarbonisation is a priority for all of our centres as we move into 2023. We're looking to improve the solar power at Biblin's. last month, we were fortunate to receive some funding from the National Lottery to do some renovation work at our centre at Cudham in the North Downs, and that will involve some decarbonisation work, which will introduce a whole new zonal heating system, which will make the building far more efficient to heat, as well as some insulation and an improvement to the LED lighting there. Other new things for 2023, we were pleased last Monday to appoint a new to nature trainee, which has been funded by Groundwork and the Heritage Lottery Fund. They'll be with us for 12 months exploring how to remove the barriers for young people to move into environmental and green careers. They'll be one of 70 trainees across the country, although only one of them has the pleasure of working for Woodcraft Folk. And this week we start the shortlisting for the new Biblins activity coordinator role, and the interviews are a week on Wednesday. So hopefully we'll be announcing that appointment shortly. Other things in terms of 2023, I'm hoping the slide will catch up with me, there we are, is that we're having the next Venture Camp. Now, the last one was in 2019. These usually happen every 3 years, but COVID has caused a little bit of a disruption to the pattern. It will be hosted at Biblins, the site in Herefordshire. And this year we're extending the age range to 17-year-olds, just to pick up those who've missed out on the opportunity. This photo shows some venturers from the 2019 camp participating in Camp Radio, which was broadcasting across the site. Much fun was had by the Camp Radio team, I have to say, and hopefully they'll return again next summer. The Venture Camp organising team are meeting tomorrow evening if anybody wishes to join them. The details of the meeting are on our website on the calendar page. The theme for next year's Venture Camp will be all about mythology, which has been chosen by the venturers themselves. And to help to reduce the financial barriers for Venture Camp, we will be giving our volunteers a reduced fee to recognise that without their time and energy, these opportunities wouldn't be given to the children and people who participate in our local groups. We'll also be using some of the funds raised during the Christmas challenge to create an access fund to make sure that no child is prevented from coming because of financial barriers. And I'm really looking forward to VCamp 2023, and I hope that the sun shines for the whole of the week that we're there. Other things that are planned for 2023 are Camps for All, which Cece mentioned earlier. These are open for all children and people, including those who don't attend a regular youth group. They've been running now for just over a year, and we have dates in the diary for all of our centres in 2023. The first one will be held, oh, that's a bit of a typo, at Cudham during the February half term, the 17th, the 19th of February, and then there'll be another one after that at Highgate and at Biblins and at Lockerbrook. We're really pleased that the numbers and engagement in these Camps for All events is growing, and we'd help to use some of the funding raised during the Christmas challenge to again make sure that the finances doesn't become a barrier to participation in these events and activities. Other things not for 2023, looking even further afield, our centenary camp in August 2025 has been named Camp 100. There will be details announced in the new year, and it is being organised by two of our young leaders, Jack Brown, who I have to say maybe not as young as he once was, but is still younger than me, and Izzy Stewart, who is one of our young members who first engaged in a national project aged 10 and hasn't stopped volunteering for us since then. We're really looking forward to Camp 100. It will be happening in Northamptonshire on the Kelmarsh Hall site, and there have been lots of lessons learned following Common Ground, which was hosted there this summer, and the team are having a really big focus on accessibility and inclusion, making sure that all of our campers can participate in the activities and enjoy the experience. Other things, it's not just always about the children. I think with Woodcraft Folk, we often focus on the children and young people, but actually we also want to focus on our volunteers, because without our volunteers these opportunities wouldn't be there. And we want to remove the financial barrier of volunteering and provide more training to give the confidence to our leaders that they can run residentials safely in a positive and inclusive way. We're looking to facilitate more opportunities where we bring groups together, new groups and experienced groups, to learn and to share the skills of how to run a good residential. In March, we'll be updating Have a Good Weekend, which is our good practice guide. It will include sections on managing extreme weather for the first time as we learn the lessons from climate change, but it will be updated to make sure that all the essential practice around safeguarding and how to plan a quality programme for your residential experience. There is a team of volunteers who are working on this, and there are other volunteers who are also having a focus on camp infrastructure and how to be environmentally sustainable when we camp, all of which will be threaded through this document. I'm very pleased to say that today I also heard back from the Youth Hostel Association, who with Sports England and Nature England have just agreed to fund the first residential for 2 of our new groups, who will be going away to Highgate in February with an experienced group to learn how to do a Woodcraft Folk weekend. So that's really good news to share. CC has already mentioned about the Access Fund. We trialled having an Access Fund at Common Ground, and it was felt that it was a success, with 150 people participating in camp with that financial support. So therefore we are looking to use the funds raised from the Christmas Challenge to extend that Access Fund for events across the movement. We're going to be looking and testing about how we can get that right. We recognise that if we just have a fund and say, apply if you need, that sometimes those who need it the most won't. And the trustees have discussed whether or not there is a system that we can introduce where you pay what you want, or pay what you feel based on how you assess your financial security. This is all things that we're looking to test in 2023. I am now going to pass back to Cici, who will finish the session with about how you can support what remains of the campaign, which I'm looking at my watch and doing my sums right, is about 17 hours until it closes. Cici, back over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Debs. So these are just some examples that I've given to kind of give you a bit of an idea of what this donations actually means. It's not quite like those Oxfam cards where you buy a toilet or whatever. You know, we're not promising that if you donate £30, we will buy some wellies with your money, but that's the kind of amounts that we're looking at. These are the kind of things that young people need when they're going camping, and in certain situations, those young people might not always have access to those things. It's kind of something that I think is very easy to just kind of not have in your mind, that, oh, on the packing list is a sleeping bag. Everyone has a sleeping bag, but that's not the case. And so these are things that we are also doing to help support more people to be able to access the camp. So yeah, £30 for wellies, £90 for a training residential, as I mentioned earlier. This is the kind of stuff that is kind of really long lasting and truly takes us into the future, and not just 2023. This is impacting you know, many young children and young people to come. And then of course, if you are in the position to give more money, we're looking at something in the range of around £650 to fund a group's overnight stay, and that's the kind of numbers we're talking. So anything that you can contribute towards that is amazing. And it's just kind of, this is to give you an idea of the different levels of impact you could have. And of course, when we're all working together and when we're getting match funding, obviously we can all work together towards that so much better if we do it with each other. Yeah. Next slide, please, Debs. There we go. So yeah, crucial information, how to donate. If you have QR scanning thing on your smartphone. Here is a QR code. Very hopefully easy to remember link that I've been sharing everywhere. I think Aggie's just put it in the chat. Thank you, Aggie. bit.ly/Woodcraft Adventures. I feel like I've typed that too many times recently. Visit that page. That's the only place you'll get the match funding. On our normal donate page on the website, I've got a big thing at the top that says, go and donate here, you'll get more money that way. So yeah, that's the place to donate. And as Deb says, they close in 17 hours. But can I have next slide, please, Debs? But if now isn't the time for you to donate, and I understand that is the way for quite a lot of people at the moment, money is not the only way that this works. Obviously, we're in kind of real last minute mode, so any more information you can get out about this campaign is amazing. Like if, while you're listening to me rambling, you'd like to go on Facebook and make a little post about this, I would love that, because that really kind of shows people we've just got a few more hours left. It would really make a difference, and it shows people that you care about it, and kind of that they know a person who cares about this personally, and that means so much to people. So if you can share it, amazing. And then in the future, if you can volunteer to help, the more volunteers we have, the more we can run these events, the more children we can support. That would be amazing. There's the Camps for All events, which Deb's mentioned. There's, of course, the centres always need volunteers. There's either kind of regular centre volunteering, like being a warden, or joining regular centre volunteering days or working days, or one-off situations like that working party that happened at Highgate. Kind of pretty much any kind of volunteering situation you'd like, we have it. And of course, just come and visit our centres with your friends and families. I think Highgate still has some openings at Christmas, if I was aware of it. Looks like a really nice place to be, actually. And yeah, it's a great place to be. And so are lots of our centres, and I would love if people come and visit them more, and it supports our work as well. And of course, this isn't precisely for this campaign, but as I mentioned, those trade unions who supported us earlier, if you can approach your own local branch of your trade union, it really does make a massive difference, because it's not just about the money. Yes, of course, it's nice that they give us a little bit of cash, but really it's about working together with like-minded organisations. We've got the Right to Strike pack we made a couple of years ago, informing, its group night activities to work with young people, to tell them about unions and how they can what they do for us and how you can help them. And in turn, as a member of trade union myself, I know that unions need more input from young people who are the workers tomorrow, and we can do that by working together. So it's a really great thing all around, really. So yeah, Deb's next. Yeah, this is our goal. I did refresh the page earlier and it's gone up a bit more, so we've actually got a bit higher than this, which is fantastic. But any way you can help us reach that goal is amazing. Any push we can do for it is great. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's all I was going to say. So yeah, thank you so much for your support so far. Honestly, I'm so impressed we've done this. It's an amazing amount we've raised, and I'm so happy. So yeah, thank you all. And yeah, that's it from me.
Thank you, Cece. And thank you for all your hard work on this campaign. And thank you for Debs also for all of your work here. I'm going to invite you guys to ask questions now. But I was thinking maybe we always get more questions when we turn off the recording.